Meantime, it's week 3 of Derek Chauvin's trial. It begins tomorrow with more witnesses for the state expected to take the stand. And we're also looking at when the defense may start to present their case.
Fox 9's Hannah Flood joining us now in the studio with more on what we should expect to see in the courtroom this week. Hannah?
Yeah, well, we expect the state to rest their case early this week, giving the defense the green light to start calling their witnesses. The big question is, will Derek Chauvin testify at his own trial? I talked to one of our legal experts about that.
He doesn't have to testify under our Constitution. He's not required. You're not required to testify against yourself. So they can't use that against him if he doesn't testify. But it'll be interesting to see if he does testify and what's done with his testimony.
So that is still a big unknown. But here's what we can expect to happen over the next few days. The state is expected to call up at least 2 more witnesses, another medical expert, a cardiologist, and a spark of life witness. That's testimony the state of Minnesota allows where someone like a member of George Floyd's family can testify about who he was as a person. After the state is wrapped up, they'll rest their case, and then the defense will file a motion trying to get Derek Chauvin acquitted. Now, I'm told this is a very common part of the trial, and the judge usually dismisses that motion. Legal experts I talked to expect the same. After that, the defense will start calling their witnesses. We know they're expected to call a few experts who will likely testify in favor of their arguments.
Both experts are going to be really important because you're going to hear a use of force expert that's going to talk about the police action that was done. I would expect they'll talk a lot more about the crowd and the impact the crowd had on things. Then the medical expert I would expect is going to testify about bruising. He's going to testify about drugs. He's going to testify about the heart issues.
Now, with the defense's case, we're expected to see some new video evidence from Minneapolis Park police officer's camera. And also, the defense is likely to bring up information related to a police encounter that George Floyd had 1 year before his death. The jury is expected to be back in the courtroom at about 9:15 tomorrow morning. Kelsey?
All right, thanks, Hannah. And you can continue to watch the Derek Chauvin trial right here on Fox 9. We'll have gavel-to-gavel coverage plus legal analysis from experts. You can also get complete coverage at fox9.com and through the Fox 9 News app.